All right, we're working on the KTM500 EXC 2016. We are going to change the inline fuel filter. The bike has about 2,600 miles on it, so I can tell that the owner hasn't changed it. Just popped my head inside the gas tank and saw that this filter is completely filthy. So we're going to swap this out. We're also going to swap out the inline quick disconnect filter. This is the part right here. I imagine this hasn't been replaced either. So first thing we do is take the tank off the bike. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we took the tank off the bike. It's just 3 bolts. Bolt right here, bolt right here, and a bolt right here that connects the horn. So we have the tank on the ground right here, and what we're going to do is remove this fuel pump right here and swap out the inline fuel filter. We'll also swap out this plastic disconnect with a steel piece. So let's do that. All right, so these 4 bolts are T30. We're just going to take these out and then pull out the fuel pump. So those are loose. I'll pull those out in a second. This one right here is the 17 millimeter. This one right here is the 13 millimeter. Take note of the orientation because it needs to go back in the same position as you remove it. Check your O-rings. Make sure there's no cracking. Put it to the side. Check your O-ring. Make sure there's no cracking. Put it to the side. A little gas will come out. Back here, remove the pump. Put it to the side. Put it back in the order. Make sure you don't drop them in the tank. What you should do is inspect your tank for any debris. I do see some debris in this tank, so I'm not sure where it came from. It might have came from the pump. Let's take it to the bench. We got the fuel pump to the bench, and what we want to do is take note of how this fuel filter is flowing. So the arrow is pointing this way, right here. So what I'll do is just make a little diagram of how this thing should go on, just like that. So there we go. Arrow is pointing this way, and it's towards the end where the square is, this piece, and the other piece is the actual mechanics. So there we go. That's just for my own reference. You don't have to do anything like that, but it's going to help me, because when you pull this off, unless you got a picture of it, you're not going to know how to or which way to put the filter back on. Also, I'm having a little bit of trouble with these clamps. These are very difficult to take off, so I'm gonna work them off, and eventually, hopefully, it pops off. So I'm gonna take these off on camera, off camera, and let you know how I did it. But very challenging. So give me a second. All right. So what seems to be working is these high-powered wire cutters. This is actually pretty good. It's made in Germany. I'll put the link in the description if somebody wants to purchase these. But what I do is just what I did on the other one. This is my second one. I just chopped this piece off here, very top, give it a pop. Make sure you have your safety glasses on, because that thing goes flying. And then what you can do is just work with some pliers this clip off, just like that. And it should just pop right off, just like that. So basically, chop and pull it off. That's what I did on this side too. And I'll just pull it off. You want to be pretty careful because these, you don't want to damage these hoses. So when you're doing this, make sure you wear some safety glasses, because that thing, when you clip it off, it goes flying. That should just pull off just like that. There we go. Alright, so what we'll do now is just pull this fuel filter out. Probably a little gas is going to come out. Just got to wiggle it off. Pop it off. On this side. Make sure you have your safety glasses off because gas does come out. I'm going to drain this out. Alright, so that's what it looks like. Look at our diagram. Arrows going this way. So this is what our new fuel filter looks like. Alright, so we need some new clamps since we got rid of the stationary clamps that KTM provides. Let's just see if we can find one that fits. This looks like it's good. These are 10mm. Let me just try a 9 to see. Nope, the 10mm will fit perfect. So what we'll do is we'll throw 10mm on here and tighten these down. I actually like these clamps a lot better than some of the other clamps. And then we'll put our fuel filter back in. Also, if you want this set, I'll put it in the link. 120 pieces, 7 to 9mm, 8 to 10mm, and up. I love having these. I think this is about 20 bucks on Amazon, but you can never go wrong with this. So if you're interested, I'll put the link in the description. And you can click on it and buy it from there. Alright, so our next step is to make sure that the arrow is pointing this way, as we have on our diagram right there. Yes, it is. Alright, so let's loosen up these clamps so we can get it in. Then we'll tighten it down. Alright, pop it in. Same thing on this side. Pop it in. Just like that. Boom. Right. We'll come here, tighten these down. Alright, there it is. Tighten these down. Perfect. I have the clamps faced outwards so they don't interrupt any of these cables or scrape them up. So it kind of looks like that, all these sharp edges. So that's on there. Shouldn't be going anywhere. Now our next step is to put it back in the gas tank. One thing I do recommend is make sure that this O-ring right here is seated correctly before you put it back in the motorcycle.